Hello everyone, we are back for our end of year box opening video. It's maybe short, like I've mentioned in previous videos, we aren't really importing a lot right now, so we're going to get right into it, and this is going to encompass the last couple months of the year. But yeah, first off, we'll take a look at this guy, which as you can see has suffered the worst of quite a lot in this run. We've got this fragile tape again this time. I think this is all going to be PCBs. There's really nothing super exciting in this first batch of things, and I don't really have anything else coming after. Well, actually, I guess there's one thing. There should be one thing in here that's actually kind of cool that I was looking forward to. Well, and I think that might actually use that. It might be, I don't know. This might also just be nothing but BNA ones, in which case this will be a very quick box, as I'm not really going to delve too deep into it. So, first up, yep, that's a BNA one. I'm not even going to open the box. Posters, there's a couple posters. There's one set of Tycho art. Very neat plush. I think that's really... Oh, and like a box of cards. A box of older pre-Amuse IC EMUSE cards. So just another BNA one. I think there's like 5 or so BNA ones here. We've been stocking up on these for our long project. So really nothing of significance in this box. Nothing to be worried about getting damaged, really. We've got these posters here. I might open this a little bit later when I've got someone else's hands to look at those. So this one is going to be more BNA ones. Our plush might be in here as well, or it might just be the plush. It's a pretty big plush, and this is pretty light. This might just be the plush. Ordered. Oh yeah, it is just the plush. No, it isn't. There's more in here. So this is probably another BNA one. So yeah, I'm not gonna open this. This is heavy enough that that's another BNA one. And one more BNA one. Okay, smaller things. Here's those cards I was talking about. I'll open these up. I don't remember how much these were. They were relatively cheap. But it's one, well, for one, it's one I don't have already, and I've been stockpiling up on just interesting cards, or just any stock in general to hang on to. So these are Mahjong Fight Club ones. I think it was like 77 or something like that. No, this is more than, way more than that, it looks like. I don't remember exactly, but it's these cards. So for now, that's going to go into the archive. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, let's get this giant plush out of the way then. This is pretty cool. I ordered it, I think, I want to say like 4 to 6 months ago, but these only just started to be fulfilled. There's one guy on Twitter that's been posting tons of these in his office with her doing office work and stuff. But I was really excited when they made this, and I'm glad this one's finally here. There's the tag, there's the tag for it. But yeah, we got our big girl here. So yeah, she can sit there, she can work on the laptop, whatever she wants. But it's very cushy. It doesn't seem to want to stay in place. Get her in there again. There. But yeah, so This was from Movic, or however you pronounce the name of the company, but it's perfect. So I don't know where I'm gonna put her yet, but for now, just chuck her on top of this big girl. Worry about it later. It was interesting, they must have removed that from whatever box it came in, or it was just shipped in that bag, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that was, I'm glad we got that. Okay, so this one is going to be that art. I bet you there's at least one more BNA1 in here. This is, like I mentioned, there's a Tyco art in here. This is the last of our first batch, and I have absolutely nothing else on purchase right now. Because just hasn't been anything. I think the only things that I've been really trying to buy more of is BNA1s, just to have enough. It feels like one end's really heavy and the other light. Yeah, this is just all air. This is a Tyco art. It's like, I think this is the one that I'm supposed to give to someone. And it sucks that there's so much unused space in here. That's what it is. So another BNA1. Sorry if you can't see. Actually, let me probably move this out of the way so you can actually see shit. But yeah, so this box is almost all air. There's just the BNA1 and then this, and that's it. Nothing else in there. So this is a full art set for Tyco, and that's going to go to, I believe, one of my customers that I promised an art to, because we didn't have one on their cab. And that's it for the FromJapan first batch. I have one last thing here that's cool that took a while to get here as well. And I actually opened the other one. This one here is going to be for a friend. Where did I put the knife? Here we go. And I wish I bought more pairs, because honestly, these are super cool. And I know a lot of people that would appreciate it. These were made by Yuki's Workshop on Twitter, and they are, they're no slippers. They're super, super cute. There they are. I'm not gonna pop them on or anything, but yeah, you should go check them out. They have a lot of good pictures on their Twitter about this. This is a big project of theirs to get a bunch of these done for people. Definitely give them your support. They came with a bunch of Mimi stickers there. I'm going to keep this one wrapped up because it's going to a friend of mine. I might remember a little bit later to come back and take a look at it again, but yeah, that's all we've got for now, so we'll leave it at that for the moment. And when we come back, I don't know what we're going to be looking at, but I forgot how long ago I ordered this, but you know, I haven't really been buying as many collectibles or personal things lately. These just caught my attention and I really like them, so of course I've been picking my battles a little bit more. So there's our current Ami flyer. Oops. Fuck. I just dropped it on a sticky. Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Just 3 plush this time. And we'll get into the regular opening in a bit. So first up, we've got this set of Fakta and Nanachi, just to add to my collection. I actually don't have a lot of stuff for them yet. But yeah, they're Super adorable, so I picked those up. They're relatively small. The last one is the Manju Fapta, which is absolutely adorable. She's all sucked up there. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. And we'll get into some actual box opening stuff after this. I've only got one batch of stuff at the moment. There's a couple, actually there's another really neat plush I picked up that finally came out of production. That'll be coming on that as well. So yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, just real quick, I'll just open this up and actually I can just do this. But yeah, so both of these are just two different Magicians, or they're the same Magician's Dead poster, just a B1 and an A1. So that's just those two. I just bought a bunch of other stuff. Mainly it was like some more B&A ones and a couple other things had come up. So actually there will be a couple more things sooner than later. But yeah, just showing those since I mentioned it before in the video, and we'll be right back with the rest of the stuff, probably in 2 to 3 weeks whenever I buy more to throw in. Okay, just to preface before I start getting into all of this stuff here, I've recorded a portion of our next container box opening video and realized that we have almost nothing going on this quarter. So I actually ended up that I'm just going to throw that in with this video, but I just wanted to preface because I did the video as if it was part of our other video, so just that. And then once we get through that segment, we'll start out with all of these, so we'll see you soon. Okay, so we actually just got the last container of the year, so I'm going to wrap up this video real quick. Since other stuff is delayed, we're not going to get it right away, so yeah, so this will just be a really quick one. There's not really a lot. But first off, wanted to show the Gasha Plot stations. These are just the way they packed them was quite efficient, so I wanted to share that. We have 2 each here on the groove coasters. We've used groove coasters as what's it called? Oh, what's the term? A saddle horse or something. Anyway, we had like 4 of them, so like each of those had 2. It was a convenient packing. We got some more over here. I already took the ones. There was one on each of the sound Voltexes over there. We unloaded those because we're getting ready to ship some out. And then the last of them are here. We have really nothing else real special that came in. So like there's really not much on this container, and but yeah, since it's the last of the year and we're wrap up the video with it. So yeah, there's 4 on each of these. You can see there. And on top, we actually had to order some more stools. I think I mentioned in the container video that we had an order for someone from over a year ago, and somehow it just completely disappeared and the stools are gone, and you know, like they never pushed us about it. And one thing led to another. At any rate, we ordered some more stools for them to make sure that was taken care of. We got the exact same thing over here on this one. And then just a bucket here. This is our regular restock of small parts of cards and whatnot. And I say regular, but this might actually be the very last one that we get of the cards. They just packed it in this spare bucket here. And yeah, I'm not going to get into it. It's the same as we always get. So, but yeah, and that's really it. There was nothing else on this container that was of interest, so we'll leave it off on that. And I think this is a good point to end the year out, since you know we're slowing down for the month of December and whatnot. But yeah, we'll be back next year, especially as we start picking back up. Hopefully business picks back up and you know we can recover a bit. But yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to wrap up since we got this container and we're not getting anything until next year, so figured we should call it quits there. Well, at any rate, thanks for watching, and I'll have the end of year regular opening as well coming up, and that'll be it for the year for our regular things like this. No more shows, no more containers, no more goods to open. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay safe. We'll see you next year, and until then, take care. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with all this stuff here. I've also got over here just one more box there, but it's the same as some of these. So I'm probably going to try to jet through this as quick as I can, get this video done. I've been putting off opening all this stuff for a while, so yeah. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started with it, and maybe what I'll do actually is just I'll open this one here real quick, and probably this one, tuck them off to the side so that they're out of the way, because they're all the same thing. These are 3 BNA ones. We were supposed to get these on one of our containers, but we did not because of some confusion, I think, and I ended up having to ship them out, which sucks because it costs us an extra $1,000 or something for freight, or for shipping, because these are, I want to say these are probably close to about 50 pounds a piece, if not more, but we really do need them, and we can't wait on another container. We already waited a very long time because we were not, you know, we held containers for a month from these guys, so yeah. So I'm not going to super unbox these, but I might at least show how they look. We have art with these, the Gundam art, so I don't know, maybe we'll sell that later, as we don't really need a lot of it, but just take a look at how these are packed. They're just like that, nothing special. They've got the whole mounting board, which is, you know, that added a lot to the cost, but we wanted these, and, you know, I can't really ask them to do tons of work or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not going to open any of the other two. I'm just going to chuck these boxes off to the side, because yeah, it's just 3 of the same thing. Don't need to waste the time looking at this. So because, you know, it was them sending it, it wasn't that, it was, it ended up actually just with these did go over that value that we've mentioned with customs, where it has to be filed. You know, there's extra like paperwork to be done, and I guess I think I maybe never have done it with DHL, because we don't normally use DHL. They do, but but yeah. So there was just 3 of these, and anyway, I had to do that paperwork, and it held up this shipment a couple days, which is fine because, you know, it's not that big a deal. So the rest of this is also going to be a lot of BNA ones, and we've just, I think the last portion of the video I had something, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I did. Thinking back. But, you know, this still isn't enough, but we're trying to pick up everything we can to help fill things out. There's a couple other fun things in here as well. And this time, you know, I think I'd mentioned that we finally fixed our issues with FedEx or whatever. Well, we were wrong. This one got held up. They also did not bother getting a hold of us, and it was a huge pain in the ass. We were supposed to have had everything classified. This is just 2 BNA ones, so I'm not even gonna open it up anymore. Or no, this is 2 ES3s. But so they still sent us a PCB worksheet, even though everything's been classified as arcade. It clears. It doesn't require a PCB worksheet or any of that stuff. And so I was super pissed, and got a hold of them. FedEx just refused to respond. FromJapan, you know, did their whatever, and I let them know, and I was upset and all that. But like, I ended up just filing a complaint with the Better Business Bureau because I was tired of dealing with this. So as it turns out, and here there's I figure, you know, since this portion of the video is going to be pretty boring, I'll just try to do some explanation. But I'll try to make a shorter story. They, you know, I finally, you know, got a hold of someone through FedEx, from FedEx, through the Better Business Bureau complaint, and they, you know, we got to it, and they said, they asked, you know, what HS codes or HD codes we were using, and all this stuff, and, you know, I was like, I know they're supposed to clear, and they said, well, there's a couple of them on there that aren't, and I was like, well, that's weird, because we went and classified everything, there should only be one. And they said, well, there isn't. And we looked, and, you know, because, like, FromJapan doesn't make it easy for you to see your customs document. Like, you can get it from them, but it's a pain in the butt. So they said, yeah, there's 2 or 3 of them that have different ones on there. And I was like, well, what the hell? So I was like, okay, well, I guess this isn't a FedEx problem. It's probably a FromJapan problem. And I was like, all right, thank you, let them go. FedEx is, it's not a FedEx problem. So while we're at this, by the way, I asked because I mentioned that we have to now sign our packages, and it's really annoying for us. FedEx also mentioned that that's a shipper thing. That is not a thing that FedEx started doing. It's specifically the shipper does that. So I asked FromJapan about that later. So there's one more ES3 here. Here's something that I've been after for a long time. So we're going to look at this in a sec when I'm done with this story. I'll take that out. I'm going to leave these in the boxes because I'm going to take this all to the warehouse how it is. There's another item here. This is ePolus Arts for 2DX. And then there's a dual drain PCB. We got 2 of these. These are donors to convert, to upgrade 2DXs to newer hardware. So there's 2 of those. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, the power supply is just loose. Okay. At least like the processor wasn't knocked off or something. But so anyway, I let FedEx go and moved on to FromJapan. And I messaged them and I said, hey, these HD codes were supposed to be updated. Why weren't they updated? And they said, no, we updated everything you said, and everything you didn't, we didn't. And I was like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And they said, well, these are the only ones we got. And I looked at it, and nearly a third of the list that I'd updated to them was just missing. So, and I don't think, I'm pretty on top of things when it comes to, taking care of that. It's I don't know, maybe I missed, something on the list, but I feel like there was a mistake in their system or something, or maybe their message submission system doesn't, it cuts it off after a certain number of lines. So I was like, well, that fucking sucks. And that was the whole point of going out of our way and sending in an email and changing the classifications, all that stuff, and here it just doesn't even go through. It was really frustrating. So I was like, well, I don't know what we can do because this is a huge pain in the ass and it keeps happening. But it was a FromJapan problem. And now I'm either gonna send in shorter messages, or I'm gonna ask them specifically, please confirm, how many you got or whatever it is before I send anything out anymore. And now I have to be extra careful about that. It's just extra irritating because this one in particular it delayed everything a ton. It was a pain in the ass. And then having to sign for it, sure, whatever, but having to sign for me, I and my carrier bringing out all this stuff. This shipment was 270 pounds or something like that. That's annoying for them to have to throw on, back and forth if I can't be here, and when these came in, my mom was in the hospital. I had to watch her and stuff like that. So this is just 2 more BNA ones, nothing else in there. It's when that happens, what am I supposed to do? Sit here all day because I'm supposed to get a package, quote, before 8 p.m.? When is that? And then a lot of the times it doesn't show up. Or this one, they came in, this is all one shipment, but this still comes over the course of 2 days. And, just irritating. So I asked them, I was like, why do they do that? And they said, I guess they've had an issue with theft. I guess people have had issues of theft of their packages when they come in, and that you should be able to, when you make the shipment, uncheck the signature portion of it, which I don't remember seeing, but I'm going to make a shipment before the end of the year, and we'll see where that is, and I'll try to remember to mention it in the next video when that comes in next year. But this is probably 2 more BNA ones, or a BNA one and a dual green. It is an ES3. Got another extra item there I'm going to pull out that we can look at. 2 ES3s. So I picked up a couple ES3s for the Longans as well, because if we're not getting enough B&A ones, the ones that haven't sold yet, I'll do ES3s. And anyway, so that's the whole spiel on FedEx. Hopefully that gives something interesting to talk about, at least for half of the video. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just another... Oh no, this might be Initial D steering. Yep. This was heavy. Oh no, this isn't. This is a bunch of other fun stuff. This is fun. Actually, and they've done this before where they take like a piece of cardboard there. You can see that cardboard that's like, you know, looping down like this or whatever. And then they just shrink wrap all this stuff to it so that it all stays together in the box. But yeah, no, this one's actually some of the fun stuff in here. And I am going to pull it out so everyone can see. But I'll probably, and this is just all going to go right back in the box and go to the warehouse to be filed away. So I have one of these somewhere. I don't know where I put it. This is another. I have definitely had a use for... I will have a use for these as long as they work. This is another Connect, specifically from one of the arcade machines. So a future TomTom or a Dan Evo is going to get that. This will stay here for my card stock. This was an incredibly fortunate find for me. And I'm lucky because I found this in related searches. This is a box of card stock for Love Plus, which I don't remember if I put the video for it up yet, but I had like 3 prints left, or two or three prints at the end of the video. This is impossible to find cardstock. So very excited. We can actually use that now if we want. I have it just, you can disable the printer, but it's disabled right now. But like, this is something, there's nobody out there that has Love Plus cabs. This has got to go to someone that has a Love Plus, and I've got a Love Plus. You know, long term, who knows if I keep the cab or not, but if anything, now it has cardstock that's incredibly valuable. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like card maker cardstock expensive. So that's really cool. I'm really excited about that. Okay, moving along. I don't remember how many this is, like 6 or 8. These are all poke-in controllers. I'm gonna leave it in the box. It's just a bunch of them. Someone listed a bunch in like 1s and 2s, and they were they weren't like 150, 200 bucks like a lot of them have been listing for. They were relatively affordable, so I stocked up on them because that's one of those things. You're gonna want it when you need it, but you're not gonna have it when you need it unless you do that. Let's go ahead and look at these small things real quick. This is an original Tunithim, like the header portion. I don't remember if I have one or not, but it was cheap and it didn't really have attention, so I picked it up. I'm gonna put that in my stuff. Later on, if I end up with doubles, I'll probably sell it or whatnot. It's something I can gift to a friend, but it just happened to come up on related searches. I put a little bid and got it just in case. So this is something I've been after for a while, and it smells like it has, well, a little bit yellow, but it doesn't really have a cigarette smell. So this has been listed for like a year or two, and it was pretty expensive. And it's been, you know, I've always kind of like, in my searches, it always comes up, nobody's bidding on it. But it dropped, I don't remember exactly how much, but finally to a price I was willing to pay, like under 300 or something like that. This is the Densha De GO tapestry. I've been trying to get this for a while. I got the standee only because I got it from that arcade buyout, but I don't have this tapestry. So I'm really happy. This was a long-term want, and now we have it. It can go in the game center with the cab. I'm very happy about that. And like I said, it smells actually pretty clean. So this is, I think, 1 or 2 E-Pulis pops, and I think this is a lightning model one. I'm actually going to open this here. I have a set that's at the warehouse right now for that cab. I don't have one on my cab here yet, so I should honestly at some point update my arts to E-Pulis. So I'll open this one. Yeah, this is a Lightning model one. But I don't really care about that. I don't know, maybe I do. It's not a big deal, but... Oh, it's 2, okay, yeah. So, this is the Lightning one, and you can tell because it's got this frosted back. I'll leave this here for now. And then there's another one here, and I think this is also, oh, this is the, oh, just one set, yeah. So that's just the side pop. So there's, it's one. And like I said, I have another one already, so that's our the two important ones to get covered are covered with that. Yeah, so that was everything of those. Let's go ahead and get these last few boxes. This is probably going to be another B&A one and dual green. Let me, actually, I'm going to move this over a little bit closer and reposition before we finish up. Like I said, this video is just not a lot of interesting stuff, but so let's just go ahead and look at these last 3 boxes. Where did I put that knife? I don't know where I put my knife. Oh well, I guess we're moving on to substitute knife. Oh no, this is a new 2.0. I forgot what game this was, but it came with a dongle. So I bought it, and it ended for like less than $100 or something, so I bought it. And a B&A one. But yeah, that came with a blue dongle. Let's just go ahead. This is going to be more PCBs. Yeah, one thing FedEx mentioned is like what they're using is adult signature required, which apparently with FedEx is their like highest level requirement signature or whatever. So this is another dual green. And yeah, this is actually, here's the initial de-steering column that I mentioned. We bought one of these before, and we've actually already used it. But this is another one. I'm not really going to pull it out too much, I think, but it is a full steering assembly. Here you go. It's very, very heavy. Put that back. And then our last box. I don't remember if it was a standee or something what I got with that one. It definitely does look like a standee related box. I know the next shipment I have coming has 2 standees. I don't remember if it was that or a floor mat. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, and this sucks because I'm sure this was expensive. I ended up having to get an art set for a Project Diva for someone because their tab came without one. And, yeah, I have no doubt this was a very, very expensive part of the shipment. The shipment was around $1,300. And, you know, to be fair, I probably also, you know, buying this for a customer probably ate up most of my profit margin on that cab, but I do like to I like to take care of my customers when I can. I need to grab them. This didn't come with the black frames for them, but it is a full pop set for Project Diva, and it looks like it's incredibly well packed. So I don't need the marquee, so I'll take this out. I'll make sure they get the rest, and I need to find, I think I have spares of the black pop portions, but I'm at least gonna, I'll send them these. So that's just a full art set, the top pocket, everything. So I think I can also this portion. Yeah, no, this portion should go with it. So we'll get this back in. But yeah, anyway, this part of the video is mainly just my spiel, my continuing issues with FromJapan and FedEx. But yeah, and that's it for the year. This is the end of 2024 for us. And I think I even mentioned it in the other part, the container part of this video. I was like, thank you for sticking it out for the year. It has been a long and tough one. We really do appreciate everybody sticking it out with us and showing their support. It goes a long way. You know, I do all this stuff for myself, but it's still nice to have people that can support what we're doing. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave it off there. This video is probably not going to get up until the new year, but when we appreciate you. So at any rate, happy holidays. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next year. I don't know when, with more stuff. Because, like I said, we've been buying slowly. So yeah, all right. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.